My name is Andy Valadez.
And let me tell you something, when I walked across the street from the protest against Culberson, I'm going to be honest with you, the first thing I saw, if you move your hands a bit, was that you're an open carry guy.
Yes, sir.
Personally, from my point of view, that is a bit scary. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, there's nothing scary about open carry. I am a Marine veteran. I served from 1988 to 1992 and basically have some really good training. But ultimately, I believe that Americans need to be armed. Those that do sense the urgency or the need. Not everybody should, not everybody wants to, etc. But the reason I support open carry, because I do believe that it socializes and it normalizes the sight of a gun. As a culture, millions of dollars have been spent to scare people about guns. You only see the bad guys with guns. You never really see the good guys with guns. So we got a couple of guys out here that are open carrying and no incidents. Everybody's having a good time.
Now, let me ask you
Yes,
the most important question as far as I'm concerned. Do you believe that we should have sensible background checks?
Well, we already do. It's already the law. In fact, what we've seen in the results of the background checks, they really don't deter crime because bad guys don't go to get background checks. They steal guns, they carry them. You never know they have them until they do a crime, per se. So it's basically a cost that Americans have to pay. But again, the law is the law, so we do have veterans, we do have background checks. And while we have background checks, I believe that if you can legally buy a gun, you should legally be able to carry that gun without the need of a license.
Now, what about this new issue that just came up about the allowing people who have mental illnesses to
well, that's not true. That's been debunked. And really what that was an Obama initiative that basically made it hard for a veteran, and again, I'm a veteran as well, basically restricting a veteran's rights, which is really like, that's a new low, okay? When it comes to veterans, they have fought for our country, they have fought for our rights to free speech, which we're having here today, okay? And what they basically said is if you couldn't manage your finances or somebody was managing your finances, you were prohibited from buying a gun or owning a gun. That's wrong.
Okay, I won't
it wasn't because of mental illness.
Yeah, I won't dispute that one now, but I have a most important question.
Yes, sir.
When you look at the gun culture in America compared to the gun culture in many other countries, it shows that on a per capita basis, we are way ahead in gun killings. How do you express that disparity or discrepancy?
Context. If you take out the cities with the highest restrictions like Chicago, Washington, D.C., L.A., etc., America's among the safest countries in the world. You look at Lufkin, Texas, for example. They have the highest guns per capita. They have the lowest crime. So it's because the bad guys sense a sense of freedom. And of course, why do they have guns? Because they want to keep people in bondage, okay? Human trafficking, the drug culture, etc. In Chicago, they know who these culprits are. They got to go get them up and pick them up because it's usually them that are committing the crimes, okay? So you do have the right to self-defense. That goes back thousands of years. And what we've done is we've gotten away from that because when people are armed, when they are trained, I don't care if it's a gun, a knife, a karate chop, or a rock, okay? The bad guys get the message. You know what? It's not a safe environment to do crime, so they go elsewhere. They go downstream.
Last question.
Yes, sir.
How do you express that the countries where guns are very much available have much higher suicide rates and people, and not only that, but that you're more likely to kill somebody you know or are a friend with if you have a gun?
Well, if you have a ladder, okay, you're more likely to fall off the ladder. So it's a statistic that really makes no sense, okay? In essence, people are dying from texting and driving. Does that mean we get rid of cell phones? More people die from malpractice. Does that mean we stop going to the hospital? 300,000 people, I think, die through malpractice. I mean, there's a lot of doctors out there that are more dangerous than a gun owner. 300,000 people, how many people die from texting?
I want to say one thing, my friend.
Yes, sir.
For your position, you are darn good, and not only darn good, but you are probably one of the most effective speakers for gun control for not having gun control. I must admit that you have not convinced me about not wanting strong gun control, but you did a pretty darn good job for most.
Okay, well, thank you.